Yes, 2-5 is here. Sports reports is ordered. Do me a favor out there, like, review, subscribe, do all the good things, do all the free things. Join us tomorrow night as we talk about why isn't Steve Kerr playing Jason Tatum in our ACC preview. But first, we got some stuff to get to today. So one of my favorite subjects since we started Sports Reports is Ordered has been the one and only Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. Because, I've never seen a guy that I admire in one moment and I'm disgusted by in the next. It's such a weird dynamic. I know a lot of people think that I'm a Deion hater, and I'm not. He's one of my favorite football players of all time. I haven't seen much about him as a coach right now. Like he did the thing at Jackson State, but not a lot of people were watching HBCU football. We didn't have a means to in a lot of ways. So now that he's come to Colorado, a school that has been dormant for years, they made the Pac-12 championship game back in 2016 and hasn't really amounted to much since then. Won one game the year before he took over, came into last year playing against TCU. Everybody said they're playing against the team that played in the national title game last year, and they were by name only. There was no Max Dugan. There was no Kendre Miller. There was no Quentin Johnston, to say the least. But they got out through the win. And of course, that was my favorite media moment. Do you believe? That he was talking about with the ESPN reporter afterwards. So recently, he's been on his little run here, talking about how his losses count differently than everybody else's. They don't. And if they do, it's because he runs his mouth. Saying do your thing in Colorado, win the games, and people will give you grace. But if you're not going to win, but you're going to talk shit as if you're a winner, then you're going to get the thing that winners get, but even more so because you're losing. Okay? So on Friday, Eric Christensen of CBS Colorado is trying to ask him a question at a press conference, and he stops him, whoa. Not talking to CBS. I got nothing to say to CBS. What they did was foul. Now, this is the thing that I keep trying to tell the people that say that I'm a Deion hater. It's not my job to kiss his ass. It's my job to see what I see and say what I see. So, for example, he goes 4-8 last year. Started off 3-0, so that means they finished 1-8 after that. They blew a 29-point lead to Stanford at home. I got to talk about that. But anyway, CBS comes out with an article written by one person who was not Eric Christensen, talking about ranking the coaches in the Big 12. And he ranked Deion, next to last. So as I look through the Big 12, I'm like, okay, you got Mike Gundy, Kyle Whittingham. What am I supposed to do with that? You're not ahead of either one of them. Lance Leipold and the job that he's done at Kansas. You got Kleiman and the job that he's done at Kansas State. So on and so forth. So there's not a lot of room here for you to usurp people just because of your name. And that was one person. So for you to hold the whole media outlet responsible for that shows that we bid it hook, line, and sinker. Deion and his sons come out here and say these grandiose things, and we bite it every time. When he needs to be probably responding to that Athlon Sports report about how he's got players fighting in practice. Maybe he needs to address that. People calling for his job because of that. Maybe there's a lawsuit involved. I don't know. But that's the problem with Deion Sanders, is that he's the charisma guy. He's charming. He comes out with a lot of quotes. So he thinks that buys him excuses. He's the leader of men, right? And that's what we love about him, the way that he sets up these young men to be, men beyond football, men after football. But lesson number one, Dion, learn how to handle the heat. Learn how to handle adversity. Learn how to overcome adversity. And it's crazy, and I know it's an act because you've overcome so much adversity in your life. So I get it. You're playing the media game, but a lot of these fans don't get it. They're living by each and every word that comes out of your mouth. You should probably be mindful of that.